Let me introduce Mark Anthony Figueroa, a GEAR UP alumnus and the National Council of Community and Education Partnerships. And I know how the ranking member feels about the GEAR UP program. So, Mr. Figueroa, please, your testimony, and you're recognized for 5 minutes.
Thank you. Madam Chair DeLauro, Ranking Member Cole, and distinguished members of the subcommittee, thank you for giving me the opportunity to provide testimony on the profound impact that the Gaining Early Awareness and Readiness for Undergraduate Programs initiative, better known as GEAR UP, has had on my life. My name is Mark Anthony Figueroa, and it is my honor and pleasure to be sharing this testimonial on behalf of GEAR UP alumni and over 500,000 GEAR UP students across the country. Given the program's return on investment, I respectfully urge the committee to appropriate $435 million for GEAR UP in fiscal year 2023 to support an additional 80,000 students across our country so that they too can have the support I received in GEAR UP. As you may know, GEAR UP provides 6 to 7 year grants to states and partnerships comprised of K-12, higher education, and community-based organizations that strengthen pathways to college and careers in low-income communities. GEAR UP exposes students and their families starting in the 7th grade to comprehensive intervention that follow them through high school graduation and optionally through the first year of post-secondary education. GEAR UP uses early and sustained interventions to ensure that students are successful in rigorous courses, are knowledgeable about the steps necessary to prepare for life beyond high school, and ultimately enroll in a high-quality certificate, associate's, or bachelor's degree program that suits their goals. In the most recent year, in which we had a large class of graduating seniors, the post-secondary enrollment rates of GEAR UP students were over 31% higher than low-income students nationally. Considering that GEAR UP achieves this critical goal at a cost of approximately $645 per student per year, I strongly believe that the investment in GEAR UP pays significant dividends. GEAR UP is a powerful catalyst for sustained community improvement. I grew up on the eastern part of Washington State, in the city of Pasco. This part of the country is filled by passionate Latino and Latina immigrant and migrant families working in predominantly agricultural fields. With long days and hard work, preparing for a higher education can be challenging and a first for many. As a first-generation migrant student and the eldest of 6 in my family, post-secondary education seemed like a very distant, daunting, unknown land with no clear path towards it. However, participating in the GEAR UP program helped me actualize my dreams of a post-secondary education through mentors, college and career fairs, FAFSA nights, and college admissions workshops. Being the first in my family to pursue a higher education, my parents and I had so many questions. It is a daunting process, especially if done alone. Nevertheless, GEAR UP was there to support and walk us the entire way. Because of GEAR UP, I was admitted and graduated from Washington State University. With these experiences and the confidence that GEAR UP gave me, I was able to develop strong leadership skills, community connections, and discovered all the ways to give back to my community. During my time at Washington State University, I connected with other first-generation migrant students, and we encouraged one another to follow our dreams. I was elected and served in student government, and also helped lead a student ministry at the intersection of faith and culture. Having led the way, with the support of GEAR UP, I am now there for my parents and 5 sisters as they navigate the college-going process. Currently, I work with local civic engagement organizations to encourage marginalized members of my community to elevate their voices and get involved. As a current diversity advocate, a former high school history teacher, a soccer coach at the high school where GEAR UP supported me, and a graduate student pursuing a master's degree in theology, I can attest to the truth that GEAR UP does work. For me, none of this would have been possible without the guidance of the GEAR UP program. Through my own achievements in attending post-secondary education, I can see that generational barriers in my family have been removed for future generations, and they may find the same success that I have through education. While the support that GEAR UP provided me was truly priceless, the only way that other students will be able to access the educational experiences I had because of GEAR UP will be to continue to increase funding, acknowledging that I am just one of thousands of families GEAR UP has positively impacted, highlights the impact of the GEAR UP program. As you take on the work of preparing for the fiscal year 2023 appropriations, I respectfully urge you to consider increasing the investment in the GEAR Up program to $435 million so that 80,000 more students just like me can benefit from the program as I did. Thank you to the committee for taking time to hear my testimony.
Thank you for your testimony, and you are the face of the GEAR Up program, and what a success story it is. And I'm going to yield to Congressman Cole, and then I'll say something. But Congressman Cole,
well,
I know
first of all, to our witness, Mr. Figueroa couldn't have done a better job. And to our friends at GEAR Up, couldn't have had a better representative to come before this committee. This is a program, as the chair knows, that she and I have worked on together for 7 years, and I don't know where the final number would be, but for 7 years in a row, we've been able to increase this program, and you're a shining example of why these investments pay off. I always tell people, if we can get you to and through college, you're on average going to make $1 million more in your lifetime. Don't worry, the federal government's going to get its share of that million. And so this is literally a program that pays for itself, in my view. I often point out in connection with TRIO, companion program in many ways, but that's produced over 5 million college graduates for this country that probably would not have had the opportunity to go or succeed at college. I feel the same way about GEAR Up. My own state is full of first-generation college students. I'm a first-generation college student, and the point you make about families wanting to do this, having their hopes, but not knowing how to navigate the way, not necessarily knowing how do we prepare, what are the things that we need to make sure that our son or daughter do at the appropriate age so they're ready to go. We don't want to just get them to college. We want them to have the background to succeed, as you clearly are doing in higher education. So thank you for your eloquent advocacy for this program and for the personal example. And thank you for pointing out what a difference the program will make, not only for you, but for your brothers and sisters. And that's one of the big spillover impacts of this. I just think these programs are so wise and, again, such good investments for our country to make, not just individually in your future, but collectively in our own future. These things pay off big, big, big time for us. And again, I salute the chair. She's always been a terrific partner in this progress in this area, whether she was chair or ranking member. I know how deeply she believes in the program, and we're going to continue to work together, and hopefully we can continue to come up with good results. But thank you, Madam Chair. With that, I yield back to you.
Thank you. And last year in the 22, it was $378 million. I understand it, and obviously we'll take a look at the money. But oftentimes people say, what is this federal program working? Is a federal program working? GEAR Up works, and you are the poster child here for the success. And as the ranking member pointed out, what the spillover effect is. So we will be GEAR Up will be front and center for us as we move forward with it. So thank you so much for your testimony. Thank you.
Yeah.
And for your success. Thank you for what you're doing. An MA in theology. Okay. This is great.
Yes, thank you.
Thank you.